Hi everyone, thanks for checking out this video on SAP Cybersecurity. I'd like to talk about how to begin your journey with SAP Cybersecurity. Do you find yourself concerned about cybersecurity threats, either from internal or external users, but you don't know where to begin? Or maybe you feel you have a strong authorization concept, including a provisioning process, role design, segregation of duties, and GRC, but you know there could be other areas of weakness, but you're just not sure what they are. Or you have some ideas, but not a complete understanding. Your SAP system is your company's crown jewels, and it's very important to protect from a data breach or ransomware event. There is much more to SAP security than roles, authorizations, and a provisioning process. Imagine what it would feel like to know the weaknesses or vulnerabilities in your SAP environment, to have a roadmap and a plan to address the highest priorities. When you have the support of senior leadership and you are delivering security improvements, you can really feel a sense of accomplishment, knowing you're on your way. We know what it's like to feel overwhelmed about starting this journey. There's so much information, it can be frustrating knowing where to begin. This video is designed to help you understand how to get organized and get a comprehensive, high-level understanding of the building blocks of SAP cybersecurity. When starting out, it's necessary to try and fully understand all the elements of security as it pertains to the SAP environment. You don't need to know all the technical details at first, but you do need to know how to organize those topics. Next, you need to perform threat modeling, which is really just another way of saying you need to identify the security risks, also known as vulnerabilities, assess and quantify the likelihood and impact. A CVSS score, which stands for Common Vulnerability Scoring System, can be helpful. Finally, the last step is to prioritize the weaknesses and begin to plan the remediation steps. As mentioned before, the focus of this video is to assist in helping to gain the comprehensive understanding. The Secure Operations Map from SAP can help with this. This video is part of an SAP cybersecurity training program offered by SCS. If you're interested in learning more, please visit our website in the link below, like the video, or leave a comment. And if there's any specific topics related to cybersecurity and SAP you'd like to learn more about, please leave a comment or question down below. Now, without further ado, let's take a look at the SAP Secure Operations Map. The SAP Secure Operations Map is a reference model to structure the broad area of security for content, discussions, and as a basis for a 360-degree view on security. In other words, you can't order one or more of these blocks, but you can allocate discussions, policies, procedures, requirements, and even solutions to specific areas of security represented by these different blocks. The Secure Operations Map focuses on the operational aspects of security. It addresses the activities and considerations which a customer or service provider has to take into account to maintain and operate their system and landscapes in a secure manner. The environment layer looks at the non-SAP technical environment of SAP solutions and systems. Network security. It's important to have additional protection and monitoring mechanisms embedded into the underlying network infrastructure. Potential attacks need to be countered through zoning concepts and network components like routers, firewalls, or web application filters. Communication security measures in SAP offerings and solutions, as well as SAP infrastructure components like SAP Router or SAP Cloud Connector, are not part of this block. They're handled in security hardening, authentication, single sign-on, and roles and authorizations. When operating systems and databases are insufficiently configured, or users are able to bypass access controls at that level, the protection of applications running on top is at risk. Corresponding security controls and focus include file system level permissions, database user security, tenant separation, or data at rest encryption methods. Note that databases from SAP are not part of this block. Client security. This block is about client-side controls such as secure maintenance configuration controls and monitoring of the client or execution rules for browsers. SAP clients like SAP GUI or SAP Business Client are not considered here. Instead, they're covered in the security hardening block. The system layer addresses the SAP platform, which provides the foundation for all applications operated upon it. This platform is key to ensure that application layer controls cannot be circumvented by lower-level vulnerabilities. Security hardening primarily deals with secure settings such as system parameters and other configurations. However, it also includes the activation of security features and functionalities which need specific setup and configuration. For example, the Unified Connectivity Tool, or UCON. It also includes hardening of SAP front-end components like the SAP GUI or SAP Business Client, and of the SAP infrastructure components like SAP Router or SAP Cloud Connector. Secure SAP code. It's important to perform regular support pack upgrades and keep SAP code up to date. This is also where we implement a security patching process. Security monitoring and forensics. This is where we talk about adequate logging and retention of the logs. So our security monitoring solution has the ability to detect potential security events. The application layer is about controls that are available in SAP standard applications and custom-built applications. Here, protective measures are discussed on users and privileges, as well as proper application design. User and identity management includes the lifecycle management of user accounts, systems, and landscapes. Proper provisioning, maintenance, and revocation, including the approval, assignment, and revocation of authorizations to and from specific users. Technical and emergency users are also handled here, as well as the topic of federation in the hybrid environments. Authentication deals with the verification of the true identity of a claimed user. It may be as simple as a password, or it may include multi-factor mechanisms, and could also deal with trusted system connections, where one system relies on the correct authentication by another system. Single sign-on establishes an infrastructure in which a user authenticates only once in the landscape and then gets access to multiple systems without the need for repeated additional authentication. This block will have communication security mechanisms like TLS for HTTP-based connections and SMC for RFC connections to support the authentic communication between systems and clients. The next block is about everything around roles and authorizations, including the proper defining, distribution, and maintenance of authorizations, as well as the alignment and combination of roles to business roles across systems and hybrid landscapes. Controls for compliance and segregation of duties are also covered here. Custom code security. The first step in custom code security is proper custom code management. Unnecessary custom code should be removed, and required custom code should be maintained using an appropriate custom code lifecycle management. Custom code lifecycle management should cover the entire lifecycle from secure architecture and design via secure development, including but not restricted to the use of custom code security schemas, and up to secure deployment, secure maintenance, and finally, custom code retirement. The process layer primarily deals with the compliance aspects of security. In other words, ensuring security controls support the compliance of laws, regulations, and the policies of an organization. Regulatory process compliance. In this block, application functions are considered for the potential capabilities to violate legal requirements when not used properly. Additional controls, often security controls, are then implemented to help keep the risk of such violations under control. HIPAA and Sarbanes-Oxley are typical regulations that require compliance. Data privacy and protection, and topics in this building block focus on proper handling and protection mechanisms applicable to data privacy and protection laws such as GDPR. Even though such mechanisms are not solely related to data privacy and protection requirements, this block also includes strong confidentiality measures like field tokenization or encryption at rest. Audit and fraud management. All regulations must be followed for legal reasons. and companies often require additional capabilities to detect fraudulent behavior and make sure the controls in place are working effectively. This block includes solutions that allow auditing and fraud detection to run smoothly and provide correct data on the covered applications. Similar to the environment layer, your organization layer is also important to set the environment for SAP solutions. It sets the stage and gives requirements as input to be considered. General security awareness is an important precondition to achieve security. Not everyone has to be a security expert, but everyone needs to contribute his or her part and also needs to identify when a security expert should be called. Security governance addresses everything regarding general organization, procedures, and policies, including those which may directly or indirectly impact the setup, configuration, integration, and operation of SAP solutions. Risk management comprises all the elements for identifying, handling, mitigating, and resolving risk. This concludes the overview of the SAP Secure Operations Map. Hopefully this gives you a better appreciation for these topics and the blocks that make up the Secure Operations Map. Thanks again for watching this short video on the SAP Secure Operations Map. If you're interested in other SAP cybersecurity topics or you have any questions or comments, please leave those below and feel free to reach out to us on our website. Thank you.